Hey there, Taurus. Welcome in. How you doing? How you been? Welcome into Great Awakener Ether Realm. My name is Kimberly, and I'm going to do a weekly astrological report for January 20th through the 26th of 2025. So to start off with, the sun just went into Aquarius just yesterday. And also yesterday we had Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces at 16 degrees. That is your friendship zone. You got a whole, your 11th house of friendships, dreams, hopes, wishes. You have a whole stellium in there, and when Venus is conjuncting Saturn like that, it's about having discipline, but softening that discipline. Venus is very friendly. It's a benefactor. You've had Saturn in Pisces for quite some time, also for about a year and a half now. Neptune has also been in there for about 13, 14 years. But Saturn could have caused some upheaval in your friendship zone. Like I said, dreams, hopes, wishes. With Venus coming in there and conjuncting it, it can definitely make things, soften things up and make them a little better, right? Venus is also your ruling planet, so also another great thing for you. It might also make you want to put more discipline towards what your hopes and wishes are as well, and or friendships. Okay. All right. So we start off with the moon in Libra at 17 degrees. It is going to square Capricorn in your ninth house. That's your long distance travel and your higher learning house. It's your expansive zone. I did get into that in the last video. I'm trying not to repeat myself too much with these, but I'm going to have to a little bit. So sorry if I sound a little bit repetitive. Okay. Just a little while after that, it's going to come in and oppose Chiron in Aries, the wounded healer, and that is your 12th house of subconscious, dreams, anything that's hidden, that you hide or that is hidden from you as well. All right. A little while later, it's going to come in and square Mars, 24 degrees. Mars is going from 24 to 23 degrees. It's when it's in retrograde, it's a little bit slower, but it's going to trigger this 23 degrees axis again. All right, 17, 19, and 24 degrees. So with the full moon that I spoke to you guys about last week. So like I was saying before, this is full moon illumination. Now it's time for that acceptance. Okay. If you didn't see my video last week, of course, you're more than welcome to go and watch. All right. The 21st, on Tuesday, the sun conjuncts Pluto. Pluto moved into Aquarius in November permanently for the next 19 years. Aquarius is your 10th house of career and reputation, so there's going to be a whole lot of transformation in these next 19 years to do with just that. Now, the sun coming in, sun rules Leo, which is the opposite of Aquarius, is going to bring a lot of illumination to your career and your reputation. Leo rules your home sign, home and family. So you have Pluto and the sun are, Pluto rules Scorpio, which is your partnership sector, 7th house of partnerships, either romantic or business, and is going to be in Aquarius for 19 years. So you have a lot of emphasis on your career reputation and partnerships, and for the next month, your home sector. All right. The moon then moves into Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio is then going to, I mean, this happens like almost back to back. The moon is going to square that, and it's going to light it up just that much more. Tuesday might be an intense day for you. Squares, you know, aren't awesome. I think we can all agree to that. But squares are all about learning and growth. Okay, when you have challenges, that's really all they are. Is, you know, your willingness to grow and learn from those challenges. Okay, but luckily that's all that we have going on Tuesday. So nothing else is really going to be coming in to mess things up for, you know, for that day. Wednesday, we have the moon trine Saturn at 16 degrees. Now by this time, Venus is starting to move on. She's going from 16 to 20 degrees in Pisces this week. So you've got a lot of triggering going on here when the moon enters Scorpio. But trines to even Saturn is one of the more disciplined planets. Everybody, you know, but again, it's just like the squares coming in. It's really for growth. You know, Saturn wants you to learn and grow. All right, have that discipline. But with a trine, nice and easy aspect, and that is in Pisces in your friendship sector again, and hopes and wishes. It's also going to come in and make a sextile to Mercury in Capricorn again, in a trine to Cancer. We've already spoken about these, that with the squares. Now they're coming in to have a nice sextile and trine, and another sextile, right? So even though things can get intense right here, they'll quickly start to dissipate with all of these other aspects. The moon is also going to be trining Venus and then move on to trining Neptune at 27 degrees. Also the north and south node. Now, I didn't really go through this of why the north and south node are so important. When you have wherever the nodes are is where eclipses take place. Eclipses are one of the biggest change aspects that you can get in astrology. Of course, it's when the sun and moon line perfectly to, you know, have an eclipse. So that's why the lunar nodes are so important in astrology. When we get into, we did have a very partial eclipse back in, I believe it was August, may have been September, but when the sun was in Virgo. We're going to have the next eclipse is when the sun is going to moves into Pisces. But it can still be triggered by when it gets hit with these aspects, okay? And of course, we have Neptune that is in a very close conjunction to the lunar nodes as well, or the north node as well. Okay, and of course, an opposition to the south node. But with this all being a trine, it's like a-okay. You know, it's not too shabby. So these are partnerships, your 7th house, and your 11th house of friendships. Okay. And then the moon moves into an opposition to Uranus in Taurus, which is your sign. Uranus has been in your sign for about 6-7 years now, and it's later in the year. It's going to start making this kind of going back and forth with Gemini as well. Okay, Uranus is the Great Awakener. And it is the ruler of your career zone, which is going on with all this going on right here. So you have a lot of emphasis on your career and reputation, and partnerships going on with, let's see, that is on Thursday that this is happening. Okay. Mercury, then, okay, Mars sextile Uranus, which again, okay, this is opposite, and then you've got a trine to Mars in Cancer. Cancer, again, is your community zone. Again, these are being set off again, triggered, but nice aspects now. Instead of squares, they're being trined in sextile. That's the nice thing about the moon is like if you're having a bad day, you really can rely on the next day being better. You know, the energy shifting and not so bad. It's like if you're having a bad day, just wait till the next day. You know, things will start dissipating because that's how this works. Is it just, you know, the aspects to specific planets. Okay, so you might be having a bad day here, but you know, come Thursday, it should start to dissipate and be pretty good. Mercury, of course, is opposite Mars as well, but I kind of went over that already. That's your 9th house, 3rd house. Okay, so you might think about, you might have some higher learning going on here, some short distance, long distance travel, you know, with some partners, either, you know, business or romantic. And of course, that brings us to the trine in Taurus between Mercury and Uranus. So Mercury moves pretty quickly. You know, it started out at 19 degrees this week. It's going to end at about 20. By the end of the week, it'll be at 27 degrees. And it will be moving into Aquarius, where it will hit that trigger again on the 27th, excuse me, which is actually when the new moon is as well. So, but we'll go into that next week. All right. So Friday, the moon moves into Sagittarius, which is your money zone. Well, 8th house, other people's money, sex, death, transformation, intimacy. That will trigger sextile with your career zone again in Aquarius, career reputation. So you might be looking at finances, how it affects your reputation, career, how your career affects your finances, you know. But as a sextile, it's real subtle and fleeting. Going into Saturday on the 25th, the moon opposes Jupiter, which is your value zone. 2nd house, values, how you see your self-worth and how you earn your income, is going to oppose the moon in Sagittarius, which the Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. So this is gonna soften the blow. With anything that has to do with finances, money, and also, you know, how you see yourself, your self-worth. Okay, Jupiter is a very expansive planet. It is in retrograde at the moment. It goes forward on February 4th. But even in retrograde, it still is a good planet to have anywhere. And that's your money house. I mean, you can't do much better than that, right? So things should be going pretty. It's been in Gemini for quite some time now. I believe May. And so the moon is going to come around and trigger this axis right here at 11 degrees. Okay. When I say anything about degrees, that's where, if you have any natal planets in your birth chart around those degrees, like, it's going to hit those planets the most. All right. Okay. The moon then comes around in square Saturn in Pisces, which is your friendships. So you might have, it's also going to come around in square a little later, Venus and Neptune. So you might have money issues with friends, intimacy with friends, Uh, you might be looking into money to your hopes and dreams. Maybe you have a hope to go on vacation. Your Capricorn, is your ninth house there, or you might have a dream and hope to fix up your house. This is going to come in and trigger that, and you might be looking at, how much money do I have to fix my house up or whatnot. It can fall in any of these categories. Okay. All right. The moon is also going to trine Chiron, which again is your 12th house. So your fourth house, your 8th house, and your 12th house are your private houses. So 8th and 12th house are your private houses. And since you have an emphasis on your home and career and, the wounded healer, Aries, Chiron in Aries, it's all about healing. And in your 12th house, your subconscious, again, you might be looking into healing some wounds as well. All right. Let's see. Then we have, of course, the moon square Venus. Venus is your ruling planet. You cannot go wrong with Venus. Even if it's not your ruling planet, Venus is a benefactor. So in your friendship zone, again, might be, again, I'm trying not to repeat myself, but, you're going to be looking at finances, friendships, intimacy, hopes, dreams, wishes, okay? And then that same day, we have Venus at 22 degrees, trine Mars in Cancer at 22 degrees. Again, Venus is your ruling sign, and Venus and Mars are the lovers of the zodiac. At a trine, beautiful. It's very, you can't go better than that if you're talking about relationships. And also on your side of Venus, it also, rules your, Venus rules Taurus, and Taurus is the traditional second house of values and your worth, how you see your self-worth, and earned income. And of course, you have the benefactor of Gemini right here, is Jupiter here in your second house. Okay, so got a good amount of stuff here with values going on here. Okay. And of course, Cancer is your community house, okay, and communications. Then we go on to the moon squaring Neptune and the North Node. I already, touched on that. So then we have Mercury sextiling Neptune. Okay, this is on Sunday at 27 degrees. Again, Capricorn is your 9th house of expansion, okay? And it's going to be sextiling your friendship zone and hopes and dreams. Mercury also rules your values house of Gemini, and it rules Virgo, which is your romance, 5th house, romance, children, creativity. So Sunday looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day for you. And then after that, we have Venus sextiling Uranus in your planet, sextiling the house that's in your zone right now. So you're looking to have a good weekend, in my opinion. At the end of the weekend, the moon goes into Capricorn, which is, again, your 9th house. You're looking to have, Tuesday is looking like it might be rough, and then the rest of the week looks like things will calm down and you'll feel much better. So that is what I have for you right now for this week. If you want to know what's going on for next week, you're more than welcome to subscribe, like, any questions, you're more than welcome to comment. I do offer personal readings if you're interested in astrology, tarot, and other healing modalities. If you're interested in checking out my website, you're more than welcome to. Until then, I hope you have a very nice week. All right. Thank you, Taurus. Bye.